So what I'm looking at right here is the main electrical service panel right next to a gas meter, and the gas meter has got an extension on the regulator right here to take that down a little bit farther. And why is that on there? Because if we didn't have it, we would be at 32 inches from the electrical panel to the gas meter, but with it on, we're over 36 inches. So if your gas meter is just a little bit too close to your electrical panel, we add these PVC extensions on the bottom down here to kind of help get that gas 3 feet away from the electrical panel. That helps disperse it so you don't blow up. So this is a Cutler Hammer panel. Cutler Hammer. We've got some Eaton AFCI breakers in here. Arc fault breakers. Can't test them because the home is occupied, I believe. I haven't been inside yet, but you can see how these just don't line up right in the panel, right? They're all cockeyed. Every one of them. Is it the end of the world? No, because I'm not 100% sure if these Eaton breakers are even supposed to be in the panel, but the problem is if they're too tall, it's going to shrink the spaces available, and then everything's going to get cockeyed like this. So I'm not a big fan of this panel. Anytime I see new floors, I always have to test the tread, right? And I just grab the front lip of it and just make sure it's nice and snug. Look at this one. That's not good. I think the next one's a little loose too. Not really, but it does move a little bit when I grab it. This one's definitely a problem. That's got a little movement to it too. Obviously nobody's going to be pulling these up very much, but we want to make sure that they're solid. That one's not solid either. It's got some movement to it. Now, these are steps, so we got to be careful about how they're installed. They have to be secure, because you don't want somebody losing their footing and falling down the stairs. So these have to be secure. Just that one up there. So this is the gas service. You can actually smell gas coming out of there right now. I just turned the furnace on upstairs. That's why this is kind of acting up. Yeah, probably going to want to contact the gas department on this one. See, when this thing just continually blows out air bubbles like this, it worries me because there could be a leak in the system. This has been doing this for a couple minutes now. It's still squirting out air bubbles. That should clear up after a few seconds, but if it doesn't, you might have some issues with the plumbing underground. And it worries me sometimes when you get patio movement. You can see that this is shifted a little bit. So this side is lifted up a little bit. So is the other side, so that's telling me there's been some movement in this area. So who knows? You know, look, it's cleaned up a little bit now. Now these jets are done, and it's going to move on to some other jets. Like this jet right down here. Still getting a few air bubbles. It's a little excessive in my opinion. Usually don't see that many air bubbles continuously blow out, but we're going to let this run for a while and just come back to it in a little bit and just ensure that we don't have major leaks. But the pool equipment itself, we've got some leaks at the pump. Right down there. Nice variable speed pump. That's damp up here too. Looks like they just caulked the crap out of that instead of actually putting on the right union. Yeah, we've got variable speed pump, which is nice, but it pushes everything out through the cleaning manifold right over there, and then that's what pushes it out to all the jets. So as they rotate, see, that one's cleared up with bubbles now. Maybe it hasn't been running a while, so let's just run this for a bit and see what happens. Bubbling up quite a bit more. This should be straight water, but you know, when we have leaks at the pool equipment, we could be sucking in air over there, we could be sucking in air. Any one of the pipes could be leaking underground here and sucking in some air. But see, it clears up. Let's just let it go. Never a fan of rain gutters discharging on top of the roof surface, so let's redirect that right down into the gutter down here. That way the water goes directly where it's supposed to go. Pretty stark differences over the backyards here, huh? This one's completely redone. That doggo over there has been driving me crazy. I just flushed the toilet and it doesn't want to fill up. Brand new toilet. Valve's on. You can hear water going through it, but it's just super slow. These new toilets don't fill up very fast. They're super quiet. You gotta give them some time. You see the water's going down in there? It's just really hard to hear anything. No, we really prefer it when you put new flooring in to seal that gap up on the floor to the trim piece. I know that's a floating floor, but you know, gonna get water, gonna get debris, gonna get whatever, especially around this toilet, right back in there. Just makes it dirty, makes it harder to clean. So I'm gonna let this bathtub fill up a little bit more. These pedestals are always feel loose. And I'm sure they're gonna be like, we tightened it as much as we could, but I really don't know. Sure feels loose to me. Try out this spray wand here. Alright. Well, that's nice. So when you go to hang this up, it's going to drip right down there on the floor. So have fun cleaning that up. I don't like gaps. See how big that gap is? That's a monster gap. We shouldn't have that. Not right there anyway. Not good. Well, I've had the pool running for about an hour and a half now. You can see some of the debris that's fallen into the pool from the decking here. Pebble Tech doesn't look that bad. It looks worn, but it doesn't look worn out. See, we're still getting bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. We need a pool guy here to figure that out, figure out where that air is coming from. You can hear this thing bubbling inside the house. But they did replace the drains on the pool. Got some anti-vortex drains going on. Pool light is not working. I believe it's got water in it. It's really hard to see when they have water in it. But I believe it's got like a line across it. And you got your skimmer basket here, going on down into your basket. That doesn't have a handle. Pull that up. Making sure we got a weir door there to stop all the debris from going back into the pool after it gets sucked into here. Some pools have a diverter plate down there to make sure that that hole is covered in the appropriate place, but we don't need it on this pool. A little bit of damage there, not bad though. And these are for umbrellas. If you're curious, you got an umbrella here, umbrella over there that you can put in. And then they put one in the pool as well. It's right there. That's for an umbrella. So you can just chill out here in your pool in the shallow end. Just a leaf down there. Cool little dolphin. Seeing some calcium buildup on the sides, but I'm not worried about that.